On Tuesday, August 8th, concerned citizens made public comments to the San Bernardino County Supervisors at the meeting. Here is our report on what happened.
I come to you again to plead for ID cards. We need ID cards. We're not criminals. Why are you guys dragging your feet? I need medicine. And you guys are halting us at every turn.
Just in case you thought that it's only men involved in this movement, I want you to meet Joanne McCabe and Sunshine Lau. You may have seen Sunshine on one of our shows in the not-too-distant past. But they came here as well to let the Board of Supervisors know that they wanted them to stop the nonsense that's going on in San Bernardino. Why did you come here, Sunshine? Tell us what you...
I am very, very tired of all this ridiculousness. They need to give us ID cards. They need to give us respect and compassion. And I just told them so.
You sure did, and that's what it is really all about, respect and compassion.
And how.
Yeah.
And how.
And Joanne, you didn't testify, but
I didn't, but I'm going to tell you what, I was an observer, and I can understand why we're no further than we are if they're all like the men in there and that lady. They paid absolutely no attention, not only to us, but to everybody else that was in there trying to talk to them. But, you know, they're very ill-mannered. They don't care about anybody except getting home, writing their notes, or whatever they were doing.
They're probably only concerned about getting reelected and getting money into their campaign coffers.
Well, I don't think they're going to get reelected that way. If people come up and see what they're doing, they're not, you know, they're doing nothing.
Is this your first time coming and seeing
No, I was at one other one, but I never talked. I was just here.
But obviously you're not impressed by the way it's conducted.
No, I'm not. No, I think they're very ill-mannered people, and they don't pay any attention to anybody.
And he then threatened to violently invade my home. Now, I care for a cancer patient in my home. He's 5 years old. He's my son. And I can't let people just come to my house and violate us like that. Scare my children and embarrass me in front of my neighbors, thinking I'm a bad person. They threw me in jail for possession of marijuana plants, which I have proper documentation for. I'm a patient. I'm also a caregiver. It's not pleasant. It scared my children, and I really hope you guys change your mind and help us with this. Thank you.
Milo Reese was here at the Speak Out at the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors meeting. And Milo, you have a particular gripe about this whole unfortunate situation here in San Bernardino County. You want to tell us about it?
I'm sure, Lanny. I was pulled over by the police department. I have proper documentation as a caregiver as well as a patient. Unfortunately, I cooperated fully. I cooperated a little too much, as many people would tell me. And like everyone else, I was persecuted, and they threw me in jail. Wasted my money, wasted my time, and it's unfortunate for all of us as well as the taxpayers because they paid for my breakfast.
Yeah. Now, you were cultivating marijuana. You had about a dozen plants?
Yes, I had 16 immature plants and 1 mature.
And just 1 mature. My goodness. And you were providing for somebody else as well. Is that correct?
Actually, I was providing for about 3 people. I try to keep the plants to a minimum just for the basis of harassment and stuff like that. So I just try to grow just basically what we need for that time.
And how does it make you feel? You know, in Riverside County, we have the ID card. I wouldn't have been arrested in Riverside County because I have the ID card. But because San Bernardino County doesn't have the ID card, you got arrested. Well, how does that make you feel?
Well, Lanny, that makes me feel like I'm not a citizen of California, like I live in another state. And it's really unfair.
So what's happening with your court case? Anything going on right now?
Well, I went to court and my name wasn't on the list. I asked why wasn't my name on the list, and they said they're not sure whether they're going to prosecute me or not. Told me to call back in a couple of days. I've never heard of that.
Well, no, unfortunately they do that, and sometimes they'll just keep you hanging on the string. Milo, we're going to bring you on again another time. We can do a little more in-depth and talk about what did happen to you if there was a trial and the whole bit.
Okay, thanks, Lanny.
Thank you.
Afternoon. I'm Craig Johnson. I reside in the city of Fontana. I'm here representing the Life Group dedicated to liberating individual freedom through expression. We recognize that the only legitimate purpose for any government entity, including law enforcement officers, is to protect the rights of the individual. If the county is concerned with the cost of implementing an ID card that protects these patients from thuggish initiation of force, fraud, and theft, protect the rights of the individual, you don't need an ID card. Respect the fact that if a person is not infringing on the rights of another, they have a right to be unmolested and unharmed. They have a right to decide for themselves what they consume, who they associate with, and who they fairly exchange values with. All of us, you, myself, and everyone in this room, by our actions, are either creating a value or destroying a value. We're either adding to the harm or to the healing. I ask you, I personally am not a supporter of the ID card for my personal reasons, because I don't believe we should need an ID card. We need individuals to respect the rights of other individuals. Call off the thugs. Let individuals be free. History is going to judge this era harshly for those authoritarian figures who think they have the right to enforce political agenda laws on others.
Craig, tell us why you came here to talk to these Board of Supervisors.
I believe individuals have the right to decide for themselves what they put in their body.
Last time I was here, you guys were doing your budget, and the police came and they said, boy, we missed the fact that we can't get money out of cars, cash, to pay for our bills. If you need criminals to be funding your enterprise, you're not doing the right job. You guys have these laws that are prohibited, that invade my privacy and tell me what I can put into my body. This is wrong. You should have more respect for what freedom really is about and what the rights of the individual are about.
Red Tuft was here as well. You know Red, of course, is the director of our Joshua Tree High Desert chapter of MAP, and he came on down to the San Bernardino Board of Supervisors to give them his 2 cents worth, but he actually gave them about 4 cents worth. Tell us what you talked to them about.
I basically talked to them about the fact that our privacy is being violated by them having laws telling us what we can put into our bodies and them wanting to know or testing us in any regard. I don't mean it isn't right in terms of public safety in certain areas, but in the privacy of your own home, to treat illness, they've got no right to tell you what you can put into your body. It's a deceit that they think that they know what is right and wrong for you to put in their body. They don't know that much about what's going on in your body. Look at what happens with prescription medications. And this is totally unjust. The people they're putting into jail are patients. These are people that are ill. I told them about a cancer patient that has a huge tumor on her body and is really sick, and they threw her in jail. Just deplorable.
Thank you. Bob? Anyone else like to speak?
Let me read to you a section of a case that was dismissed just 2 weeks ago here in San Bernardino County. This is a part of the court record. I think you will find it very interesting. San Bernardino County, as one of the renegade counties who refuses to both issue identification cards and maintain a toll-free verification line, does so on the pretext of not wanting to aid the violation of federal law. The disingenuousness of this argument is illustrated by their opposition to a dismissal when proof is provided via a physician statement. A physician statement takes them out of the loop, yet they resist dismissal for ideological reasons. You use federal law to disguise your ideological bias. But the California Constitution gives you direction on what to do in this very case, and I quote, "You cannot, quote, declare a statute unenforceable or to refuse to enforce a statute on the basis that federal law or federal regulations prohibit the enforcement of that statute." That's from the California Constitution. Shame on you. Shame on you for putting San Bernardino County residents who are medical marijuana patients at risk for arrest by refusing to allow your county health department to issue the ID card. Shame on you for trivializing the state constitution of the state of California by refusing to uphold this section that gives you directions on what you're supposed to do, and federal law conflicts with state law. Shame, 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 shame. Shame on all of you.
After the meeting, none of the supervisors would make any comments, so we don't know what they believe individually. However, this group of renegades remained defiant, and they, as a group, have vowed to continue with their war on compassion and common sense, led by Supervisor Bill Postmus. This fight is far from over.
Court check. Court check. Court check.
Thank you.